Today, almost every car on the road has a sound system in it. All Buick models offer a standard radio of some kind, and all offer a full choice of optional sound equipment. In fact, radios have become such a given in today's Buick that we run the risk of taking our sound systems for granted. The fact is that Buick offers a tremendous choice of Delco radios, and the people at Delco have been building a wide range of radios for Buick that are some of the best in the industry. For instance, take a look at Delco's 2000 series radio. This is a totally new look in Buick sound equipment, designed first of all to fit into today's resized cars. But Delco took advantage of the design opportunity to engineer a tremendous amount of quality into their new equipment. That quality is maintained by rigorous inspection at Delco, where every Delco 2000 series radio is tested by hand before being shipped to Buick. You hear references to the ETR radio. ETR stands for Electronically Tuned Radio. It refers to the sophisticated tuning of this line, which automatically locks onto the center of the signal and holds it with far greater accuracy and sound quality. Try experimenting with an ETR radio to see how close together two stations can be on the FM band and still come across clearly and distinctly on your Buick Delco receiver. Buick radios and sound systems run through a very clear and saleable range, beginning with the basic AM radio, which is standard in Skyhawk, Skylark, and Century, which can be deleted for credit. It is available in Regal and LeSabre. The next step up is the AM/FM stereo ETR radio, which is available in every car line except Riviera. Order UU9. The next level is the AM/FM stereo ETR radio with clock, which is standard on Riviera and can be deleted for credit and is available on all other lines. For this, order UL1. The next step is to add a cassette tape deck. This unit is available on all Buicks for 1984. Order UU7. The next step is to add a graphic equalizer to the basic AM/FM stereo ETR radio with cassette. This is particularly useful in the case of a 4-speaker or 6-speaker concert sound installation. This is available on all Buicks. To get it, order UU6. Finally, there is the top-of-the-line Delco Bose system available only on Riviera this year. Order UU8. Speaker systems also are available in a complete lineup this year. The basic AM radio on Skylark, Skyhawk, and Century, which may be deleted for credit, comes with standard dual-front speakers on the instrument panel. Once you option a stereo radio, you automatically are optioning for at least a 4-speaker setup. The basic system calls for 2 speakers in the instrument panel and 2 in the rear panel or tailgate on Buick wagons. On Riviera, the front speakers are always here in the doors, or here with the Delco Bose system. A 4-speaker extended range system is available on all other lines except the Electra wagon and the Riviera. The concert sound speaker system is available on Riviera, Electra, LeSabre, and Regal models. This system uses no less than 6 speakers, 2 up front in the doors, 2 in the rear doors, and 2 in the rear deck for a total surround sound. If you order the Delco Bose system, you get Bose system speakers, each with its own amplifier circuit. It may well be the ultimate factory-installed sound system ever built into any automobile. It is the same componentry as in the famous Bose 901 home system. That isn't exaggeration, by the way. Buick Delco ETR radios, the Delco Bose system, and the concert sound system raise automotive sound systems to a new level of accuracy, fidelity, sensitivity, and reception. They are also extremely tough, reliable products. By now, front-wheel drive is a familiar concept to most of us. But you must remember, many of your customers haven't shopped cars in several years. Most of them have never driven a front-wheel drive car. So you must be ready to explain the system to them. The most important reason for the move to front-wheel drive is to provide a roomy passenger compartment in a smaller, lighter car. If you eliminate the drive shaft, heavy rear axle, and differential, you gain fuel efficiency and save on resources, while you maintain plenty of passenger space. To show how this works, let's put together a front-wheel drive Century. To build a front-wheel drive, first we need a platform or frame of some kind to hold the engine. And there it is, the engine cradle. The cradle supports this engine, a 3-liter V6 available for all Centuries. As you can see, the engine is turned sideways across the front of the car. We call that transverse mounting. To get the power out of the engine and to the wheels, we need that transmission and differential mentioned earlier. This gets the power out of the engine and gears it properly for your driving speed. To connect the engine power to the wheels, we use axles such as these. To suspend the car over its wheels, McPherson struts are used. That's a kind of special shock absorber with a spring around it. Of course, we want this car to go where we want it to, so let's add a steering mechanism. This kind is called rack and pinion steering. It is very precise and compact. Next, a rear assembly to support the back end of the body and also to have something to attach the rear wheels to. It's time for wheels, 4 of them. You know what we have here? Most of an automobile. You could attach anything you want to this assembly and make it go somewhere. In this case, we add a complete, beautiful body and seats, and there you have a new 1984 Century Limited sedan. In addition to weight-saving economy, front-wheel drive offers impressive traction based on the fact that the engine weight is over the drive wheels. Of course, we're just doing this to make a point about front-wheel drive traction. We don't recommend that your customers drive their front-wheel drive Buicks on surfaces like this. But it does make the traction story of the front-wheel drive clear, doesn't it? Your Buick front-wheel drive cars. Cars for all seasons and all your customers. For 1984, Buick Motor Division is introducing a new electronic cruise control. This system works electronically through the computer command control. A key feature of the new system is a built-in acceleration control. Buick has had an automatic cruise resume feature for several years now. If you had to slow down, you could resume your previous speed by touching the cruise resume switch. Now, you can automatically raise your cruising speed just by pressing the acceleration control, and the car accelerates until it reaches your desired speed. That will be its new cruising speed. It is a notable improvement over the previous system, and it is available on every Buick this year. In the past few years, automotive technology has been improving by leaps and bounds. One area of tremendous high-tech change occurs where the car meets the road. That is, with the tires. The fact is, tire technology has shown change almost as radical as the other systems on our Buick automobiles. In this section, we will take a brief look at the many kinds of tires available on our Buicks for 1984. First, all Buick standard tires are steel-belted radial tires. Radial construction can provide longer tread wear compared to the old bias ply tires, better road holding, and with their low rolling resistance construction, better fuel economy. This year, the standard steel-belted radials on Skylark, Century, Regal, Electra, and Riviera are a new design we call the 4th generation mud and snow tire. This new design is lighter than other steel-belted radials and offers 10% less rolling resistance. Their deeper tread offers longer wear and improved wet braking traction. In fact, snow traction tests have shown their snowy road performance to be equal to or better than many snow tread designs currently being offered. At the same time, they provide this foul weather traction without the snow tire whine associated with traditional snow tires on dry highways. Lighter than last year's standard tires with less rolling resistance, longer tread life, mud and snow traction without snow tire whine, and we think better appearance too. Tire technology comes of age. Standard tires on all Rivieras, including the T-type, are self-sealing fourth-generation mud and snow radials. They are capable of sealing themselves in the case of 90% of all common tread area punctures up to 3/16 of an inch in diameter. Watch what happens as we drive this Riviera equipped with self-sealing radials across these boards. The nails are 3/16 in diameter, spaced 6 inches in every direction. Both front wheels and rear wheels are punctured repeatedly, yet the tires seal themselves and the car keeps running. We do not recommend you or your customers try it for yourselves. All other Buick T-types get specific steel-belted radial tires matched to their sophisticated suspension instead of the fourth-generation all-season tires. They grip the road extremely well and are vitally important to the special ride and handling characteristics of the T-types. All Buicks now use this compact spare tire. This tire was considered a major change when we first introduced it on the 1977 LeSabre and Electra models. But by now, it's almost an industry standard. However, your customers might not understand why we include the compact spare if they haven't purchased a new car in the last 6 years, as many have not. There are 3 specific benefits in the use of this spare. First of all, it's ideally suited to today's smaller, lighter cars, as it takes up much less trunk space than a full-size tire. Second, it's easier to lift and move. This is a specific advantage to today's on-the-go woman and makes her far less dependent on the kindness of strangers. Third, radial tires found on all Buicks are not rotated across all 4 wheels and the spare, the way the old bias-ply tires were. Instead, the tires on each side are merely switched back and forth between the front and rear wheels. The spare stays in the trunk until actually needed. This means you won't be tying up an expensive radial tire permanently in the trunk, when a comparatively modest-costing compact spare will do until the original tire can be repaired and remounted on the car. Today's radial tires, like today's cars, are more sophisticated than their predecessors. They are long-lasting. They grip the road better and still contribute to fuel economy. New Buicks are equipped with excellent tires. In this program, we hope we have brought some of their advantages home for you and for your customers. Since 1979, there has been an impressive improvement in Buick fuel economy. This has come from a number of factors. We have reached the point where fuel economy is no longer the discriminator between our customers' selection of one Buick over another. The difference between fuel economy of the Electra and the Skylark is much less than it was in 1975. Package size, luxury level, and amenities now motivate the buying decision, and fuel economy takes a back seat. There are a number of reasons for this remarkable change. First, and most easily discernible, is design. Buick designers have been able to remove hundreds of pounds from our cars while retaining interior capacity comparable to their predecessors. Engine technology is also responsible for much of the improvement. Buick engineers have developed lighter, more efficient power plants for our lighter, more efficient cars. But there are many other factors in the fuel efficiency equation, and not all of them are so obvious. In this program, we will examine some of them. Many Buicks now come with either standard or available 4-speed automatic transmissions with automatic overdrive. This is a special gearing that improves fuel economy once the car has attained highway speed. To demonstrate, watch the special speedometer and tachometer mounted on this Electra sedan. As you can see from the speedometer, the car is approaching 45 miles per hour. Now watch the tachometer on the right. As the car gets to 45, the transmission automatically shifts to overdrive and the engine revolutions drop sharply, in fact about 1/3. This means the engine is working less hard at cruising speed, resulting in better mileage in the overdrive mode. Another very subtle fuel economy improver on all your 1984 Buicks is low-drag disc brake calipers. The philosophy behind this bit of engineering is simple. Reduce every bit of friction you can and the result will be a more efficiently operating car. So the engineers specified a disc brake caliper that retracts further from the wheel disc. To show you how much of an improvement this really is, watch this demonstration. We put old-style disc brakes with semi-retracting calipers on this 1984 Buick. Now we put the transmission in neutral and release the brake, allowing the car to roll down the ramp. It continues rolling. We mark it stop. Now we have installed the new full retracting brake calipers on the car and repeat the experiment. This time the car rolls this much further. The only difference is in the brake calipers. You can see from this demonstration that the fully retracting disc brakes make a significant contribution to the car's ability to freewheel, which translates into easier running, which means increased fuel efficiency. Possibly the most often mentioned and least understood contributor to efficiency today is aerodynamics. Automotive aerodynamics are important for the same reasons as aviation aerodynamics. In the old days, when speeds were slow and fuel was cheap, fuel efficiency was less important. It didn't really matter whether a plane cut through the air cleanly. The only thing that mattered was whether it would fly at all. As time went by, fuel costs went up, and so did air speeds. Until now, planes fly at 3 times the speed of sound, burning thousands of pounds of fuel in the process. Aerodynamics is everything. It is similar with automobiles. So our engineers and designers began studying ways to help our cars move more smoothly and efficiently through the air surrounding them. The answer seems to be a wedge shape, low hood line and high trunk. Our approach has always been to provide aerodynamic efficiency and overall fuel economy, coupled with the kind of interior space our customers need. It calls for the kind of ultimate attention to detail we've been discussing here. The result? Better fuel economy for your Buick customers. One of the most saleable features available on Buick is the theft deterrent system, available on all Buicks except Skyhawk and Skylark models. This is a sad reflection of the times we live in, but the fact remains a Buick is an extremely desirable commodity, and not everyone's willing to obtain theirs in the accepted manner. Locking the car activates the theft deterrent system so that if anyone attempts to break into the car, the starter is interrupted, the horn sounds repeatedly, and the lights flash on and off, notifying you and passers-by that an unwanted intrusion is taking place. The theft deterrent represents peace of mind and helps to protect a fine Buick investment, and it could qualify for a reduction in insurance costs. Be sure you make this point with your customers, as well as demonstrating the systems. Many Buick lines offer the optional Twilight Sentinel feature. When the system is activated, the headlamps come on automatically when a photoelectric sensor indicates conditions are dark enough. When the Buick owner arrives home, there is no need to worry about whether the headlamps are on or not, because the Twilight Sentinel option incorporates an automatic headlamp off timer that turns off the headlamps after a predetermined amount of time has passed. The owner can set the delay from 10 to 45 seconds. This gives the Buick owner ample time to walk into the house with the Buick's headlamps lighting the way. Of course, the headlamps can be operated manually as well. The Twilight Sentinel option, a highly saleable option offering safety, convenience, and peace of mind to your Buick customers. This option is available on all Buick car lines except the Skyhawk and Skylark. Suspension is often taken for granted, but a properly operating suspension system is vital. The suspension is what helps to keep the wheels firmly on the road despite irregularities. In tight cornering, a properly designed suspension tends to keep all four wheels firmly planted on the road. And the nature of the suspension determines the degree of driver and passenger comfort. Buicks have always been famous for the quality of their ride. This is a function of suspension design. Our front-engine rear-drive cars, such as Regal, the Sabre, and the Electra Estate Wagon, use a coil spring suspension at all four wheels. The springs, shock absorbers, and anti-sway bar are all computer designed for optimum performance. The springs are computer matched to the weight of each vehicle based on which engine and available equipment have been selected for the car. Cars such as Century, Skyhawk, and Skylark use the McPherson strut front suspension design. In the McPherson strut design, a lower wishbone holds the wheel to the subframe, and a specially designed shock absorber with a spring around it helps to absorb the bumps and hold the wheel down on the road. Rear suspension on Skylark is a semi-trailing arm design with a diagonal cross member for lateral stability. Skylark rear shocks have pliocell bags inside them, giving uniform shock operation. There are three different levels of suspension in various Buick models. First is the basic suspension level. This provides good road feel coupled with a very soft and comfortable sensation for driver and passengers. For cars that will be used for towing trailers or for hauling a lot of passengers or luggage around, or just for a generally firmer ride, the engineers have developed the firm ride and handling suspension with firmer shocks and springs and a larger diameter anti-sway bar. For the driving enthusiast, Buick offers a third suspension, which we refer to as the Grand Touring suspension. It includes specific high shock and spring rates, larger diameter anti-sway bar, and specific steel-belted radial tires. They are part and parcel of this great road suspension. Most Buick T-Type models have a specific suspension package, including larger wheels and tires. To understand the difference between the various suspension levels, drive cars equipped with each of them. Then you will be able to show your customers that there is a specific Buick suspension and specific Buick ride ideally suited for their individual driving needs.